हेलो व्यूअर्स, वेलकम बैक टू अवर चैनल। फील्ड थ्योरी के इस लेक्चर में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ प्राइम फील्ड एंड व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ प्राइम सबफील्ड, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल डिस्कस some examples of prime field. Primarily we will discuss an example of a finite prime field and an example of infinite prime field. So let's start the lecture by the definition of prime field. So what is a prime field? So let's see the definition. A field F is called a prime field if it has no proper subfield. So what is the meaning of this definition? This implies if K is a subfield of F, then K is equal to F. It means only subfields of F are F itself. There is no subfield of F other than itself. So this is the definition of a prime field. Now we will discuss two examples of prime field. One will be finite example of prime field. It means that prime field will be finite, and one is infinite prime field. So first we will prove that the set of a rational number under addition and multiplication, everyone knows that it is a field, is a prime field. So क्या प्रूव करेंगे हम लोग? We will show that the set of rational number is a prime field. So उसके लिए आपने डेफिनेशन को फोकस करना है. तो इट मीन हम क्या शो करेंगे यहाँ से कि अगर हम रैशनल नंबर का कोई भी सबफील्ड लेंगे दैट विल बी इक्वल टू द सेट ऑफ रैशनल नंबर इटसेल्फ. सो लेट f be a subfield of the set of the field of rational number. Okay, so what is our claim? We have to show that f is equal to q. It means q has no subfield other than itself. So ultimately what are you given? You are given that f is contained in q. So it is given to you, but we have to show that if we want to show that q is a prime field, then q is contained in f. So what is our target? We have to show that q is contained in f. So for this we choose an element from q. So write the elements of q. These are the element m by n. M and n, they are integer, and n is non-zero. And in the reduced form the GCD of m and n is 1. So these are the representations of rational numbers. So choose any element. Let a belongs to q, then a will be of the form m by n. M and n, these are integers, and obviously n is non-zero. Okay, we what is our target? We have to show that a belongs to f. For this q is contained in f. Okay, so we want to show that a belongs to f. Okay, now see here, since f is a subfield of q, the set of rational numbers, therefore f and q has same multiplicative identity. This means, and you know that the set of rational number has multiplicative identity 1. This implies 1 is the multiplicative identity of. So this will help us. Okay. Now m is an integer. So m can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1 how many times? M times. And you know that 1 is the multiplicative identity of f. So it means every time you add 1 it goes to f, because f is a field. Under addition it is an abelian group. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 belongs to f. Okay, so this implies m goes to f. Similarly, n is non-zero element, non-zero integer. This are also 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, this again belongs to f. It means a non-zero element n belongs to f, but f is a field, so every non-zero element is invertible, so n inverse also belongs to f. What means n inverse means 1 by n belongs to f. So m belongs to f, 1 by n belongs to f. This means m and n, m and 1 by n, these are two elements of f, and f is an abelian group under multiplication. So m 1 by n, these again belongs to f, and this implies a belongs to f. And we have selected a from q. It means every element of q is contained in f, and therefore f is equal to q. So this show that q has no subfield other than itself. So q is a prime field, and it is an example of an infinite prime field. Now we will discuss an example of a finite prime field. So what is that example? Z by pz. So what are the elements here? 1, so elements of this z by pz are congruence classes modulo p. And if anyone is interested in this lecture, then you can see our lectures on z by nz, okay, in the playlist field theory. Okay, so this is a field of p elements where p is a prime. Okay, now we will prove that this is a prime field. This is a prime field, and we have proved that z by pz, z by nz is a field if and only if n is a prime. So in our case p is prime, so therefore it is a field, and you can see that lecture in the playlist. Okay, now we will prove that it is a prime field. So again, let k be a subfield of f. It means we have to show that the only subfield of f is f. It means if k is a subfield of f, then k coincide with f. Okay, but we are given that k is a subfield, it means k is contained in f, and we have to show the reverse way, that is f is contained in k. For again we will show that every element of f is contained in k or some other ways. Okay, so now k is a subfield of f, it means k under addition is a subgroup of f under addition, because f is a field, f under addition is an abelian group, k is a subfield, k under addition is under addition is a subgroup of F under addition. Okay. Similarly, the set of non-zero elements of K forms a group under multiplication, and it is a subgroup of non-zero elements of F under multiplication. Okay. So, but here if you see that what are the number of elements in F under addition? What is F? Z by Pz. Z by Pz. So it is F. And what are the number of elements here? P elements. So it means by Lagrange theorem, order of K star divides order of F stars, and similarly order of K divides order of F, because both are subgroups of F. So this equation implies that order of K divides P. P is prime. Okay, so this implies order of K is either 1 or P. But you know that a field has at least 2 elements and K is a subfield. So K has at least 2 elements. So this implies order of K must be equal to order of F, which is P. So now what do you conclude? That K is a subfield of F, and K and F has same number of elements. So only possible case is that K must be equal to F. So this we have to prove that only subfield of F is F. Okay, if K is a subfield of F, then K coincide with F, and this implies F is equal to Z by Pz is a prime field, and this is an example of a finite prime field. So till now we have discussed that what is a prime field and what are the example of infinite prime field and finite prime field. In the forthcoming lecture we will show that there are only two prime field. Up to an isomorphism there are only two prime field. One is infinite, that is isomorphic to Q, and other is finite, that is isomorphic to Z by Pz. Okay, so that will be the contents of next lecture. But now we will discuss the definition of prime subfield. So the last concept of this lecture is prime subfield. Okay, and this concept of prime subfield will show you that if F is a field having proper subfields, then you can always find a prime subfield in a field. So what does it establish? That every field has a prime subfield provided it has proper subfields. So what is the definition of prime subfield? Let F be a field, then the smallest subfield of F is called a prime subfield. The message is very clear that every field has a prime subfield. So how can you find out? What is the intuition here? What is the smallest? It means you have to go for intersection. So next we give the example of prime subfield. So let F be a field and you have collected all subfields of F. So this is a collection of all subfields of F. It means choose a field, collect all subfields of F, then what is our intuition that the intersection of all subfields, and that might be smallest, is a prime subfield of F. And in fact I should use here is the prime because it is smallest and therefore it will be unique, is the prime subfield of. Now to prove K prime subfield, we have to first prove that K is a subfield and then we will prove that K is a prime field. Okay, so because K is the intersection of all subfields of F, therefore K is a subfield, because intersection of subfields is again a subfield, whether it be arbitrary or finite. Now to prove that K is a prime subfield, we have to only prove that K is a prime field. Okay, so let for this P is a subfield of K. So what we have assumed, P is a subfield of K. It means P is a subfield of F also, because it is a subfield of K and K is a subfield of F, therefore P is a subfield of F. Okay, and you know that all subfields are collected here. All subfields of F are collected here. So it means P is one of the member of this collection. So P is equal to F lambda naught for some lambda naught belongs to capital lambda. It means P is one of the member from this family. Okay, but K is the intersection of all these members, and you know that intersection is always smallest, so it is contained in individual member, which is P, because P is one of the member of this family and K is the intersection of all these members, so K is contained in P. Okay, and this implies P is contained in K, K is contained in P, and that means K is equal to P, or you can say that P is equal to K. It means if you assume that P is a subfield of K, then P is equal to K, and therefore K is a prime field because it has no subfield other than itself. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? K is a subfield and K has no subfield other than itself, so K is a prime subfield. So this is the proof of this result, and this completes the today's lecture. So in today's lecture, what we have discussed two examples. One is finite prime field and second is infinite prime field, and then we have shown that every field has a prime subfield. So that's all from today's lecture. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you. Stay tuned.